Hello, I'm Breeze, and I'm going to ask for forgiveness in the noviceness of this. I'm relatively new to doing anything like this. I would like to make this video to bring awareness about a friend of mine. She's an awesome person, has been my best friend since we were babies. Our grandparents lived beside each other, our parents grew up with each other, and we grew up playing with each other and playing football in the field and softball and whatnot else, climbing on the trees. Fun. She has 2 sons. She is 33, as am I. She has no teeth. She may have fractions of teeth. She is losing blood. They have no idea how. Her oldest son is now 13. They both had their birthdays within the past month. Her birthday is 3 days after Christmas, December 28th. His is January 6th. And her oldest son, again 13, has 3 different types of seizures. Tonic, epileptic, and I forget the name of the third. He also has chromosome deletion syndrome. This is a disease to where the chromosomes in your DNA just poof, disappear. And he is to the point of where he can't pick his legs up to put them on the bed anymore at night without crying because of the pain. He's got a place in his head where you can stick your finger inside of his skull. He again has sporadic seizures of different kinds. He'll spontaneously fall out. He'll just like zone out. His mom has taken him to doctors and to appointments, those that will accept him, that will take them seriously and whatnot. There are numerous places that she has tried to go that would keep delaying his appointments, or won't respond to her, won't communicate with each other in order to get the proper paperwork from whatever people might be involved. Her youngest son is now 6, and when she was pregnant with him, she would go to whatever prenatal classes, churches, motherhood groups, whatnot. One she had been going to ended up calling her in for a private session, private group counseling, and they ended up laying hands on her stomach and telling her that her baby is possessed by a demon. Again, this is when she was pregnant before her youngest was born. Doctors say that he is too young to be diagnosed, checked, whatnot. But he has got some psychological issues, some psychiatric issues. some psychotic issues. She is the best mom. She does everything she can. Her mom, incidentally, was actually killed by her dad when she was just a baby. And her biological dad has been in prison ever since she's known of, until he was released and ordered not to have anything to do with any of the mother's family. Maybe a year or so ago. I don't know. Maybe a little bit longer than that. But her grandmother, her deceased mom's mother, and her husband ended up adopting my friend and her brother. And so all of her uncles and aunts became her brothers and sisters. Her grandmother became her mom, and her granddad became her dad, and that's how she grew up, knowing her mom and dad as her grandmother and her granddad were her mom and dad. She knew, of course, that her real mom was in fact murdered by her dad. So it's not like she lived in some delusional state of not knowing. But she's always been sheltered. Always been abused by those that she's trusted and that she's loved. We'll just call him sperm donor B, from the youngest one, had actually kidnapped her and had tried to kill her. He choked her out while she was pregnant. And I didn't realize this at the time. I mean, I was actually letting him stay with me. Ever since I was 17, I've been taking care of anywhere between 3 and 10 people on my one income. Homeless people, drifters, just anybody that needed a place, I always opened up. And I had let him, and most of the time she was there with her oldest son. And there were usually anywhere from 4 to 5 others there while I was at work. Between him helping take care of the house and everything, and helping to babysit my son. And I knew that she was being hurt. But to my understanding, her family was dealing with it. It was her brother that was being abusive. And he, just a little older than she is, but an alcoholic, just like the dad was. And he had been abused when he was younger, and he again was a little older than she was, so he put up with a little more abuse than she had by the time that the biological had killed the mom and got sent to prison. Being burned with cigarette butts, whatnot else. And in turn, he ended up being just as abusive to her and her mom, our grandmother. So when she told me that that's who it was, I shut up and I sat back, because she said that her other brothers / uncles were taking care of it, and they are some really big old gunthers. I mean, like, they got the big old boys, big old country boys. I mean, they got some muscle. They got some build. Had plenty of them cornbread and beans. But again, said that he was taking care of it and that I didn't need to worry about it, that I need to stay out of it. And so I did. I shut up and I sat back. And then one day, I came home from work. My son wasn't there, and neither was anybody else. They had taken my son to my dad's, and he had driven off. And I believe that I had a message or a call or something to the extent of, hey, we're gone, we're not going to be around here anymore. Basically, peace, bye, have a good life. And I went and got my son, and that was it. Come to find out, that's when he had kidnapped her, the sperm donor of the youngest. And again, she was pregnant, and he took her to a hotel, and he threatened her, he choked her out, he pushed her downstairs, he did other unforgivable violations of trust and respect as far as females go, most generally. He raped, molested, sodomized her. She is a big old woman. I mean, again, her family's a bunch of Gunthers, bunch of country, big old boys. Well, again, she's a big old girl. I mean, she's like close to 6 foot, and she's got the build, but she won't hurt a fly. She's terrified of frogs. And she's scared to death. She's scared for her life, even though it's been 6 years. I mean, he is still on the run. They've never caught him. There's been court dates that have been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And she's scared for her life. So she doesn't want to she doesn't want to be really publicized herself, because she doesn't want anybody knowing who or where or what. So I've been trying to ask for help. What kind of help? I don't know. I have no clue. Help as far as knowledge. If anybody knows anybody who has any kind of specialty in areas such as this, if you know of any which way for us to go, any assistance, any advice, would be so greatly appreciated. I don't know what else to say. I love these people. They're great people. I've tried to reach out to news agencies, and I've had a couple of them ask me for details and tell me that they'll get back to me. I've sent them details. Never heard anything back. I am trying to bring awareness via hashtag Save My Godsons. And again, she's 33. She's been so sheltered, so abused. She's on disability. She's had one job in her lifetime, and that was at a Food Lion while she was in high school as part of a high school academic getting into the workforce. And from there, there was nothing. She wasn't... Again, she's been very, very sheltered all of her life. And I've tried to help her in any way I could. I take her out, whatnot. She's a high school graduate. We've talked about doing the college thing. I mean, she's smart. She's just inexperienced. She doesn't have the knowledge. And while I have some knowledge, it's not in these expertise. I mean, I don't know who knows anything about chromosome deletion syndrome, which I am told there is absolutely nothing you can do about. I understand that it's somehow coded in the DNA, in your genes, in your actual body's makeup. But I refuse to believe that there's absolutely nothing that can be done. That she's just got to sit there. I had to do exactly that. I was younger, my cousin had muscular dystrophy. And they told him that he wouldn't live till he was 7 years old. He lived till 7. Told him he wouldn't reach 9. He reached 9. Told him he wouldn't see his teenage years. He did. Said he wouldn't see 19. He did. They told him he'd live a long and happy life. He didn't. He passed away maybe about 2 years later. And that was sad. And I know that not everything has a cure. That not everything has a treatment. But again, I just refuse to believe that absolutely nothing can be done for these people. Even if it's to help make them more comfortable throughout his duration. Or even if it's just somebody that might be able to see the youngest one on his psychosis issues. Somebody that might be able to figure out why she's bleeding, how she's bleeding, where she's bleeding, why they can't figure out any of this. Someone who might actually take them seriously and be their family doctor to help them I don't know. This is a plea for help on behalf of my friends. If you know of anybody that might be able to help or have any ideas, please comment, and I will try to get back and do my research and see what we can find out, see what we can do. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time. And again, my apologies on the noviceness of this, on emotions, on whatever else. Y'all have a wonderful day.